What if tomorrow the ground vanished beneath your feet, your job, your plans, the people you count on? Would you collapse, or would you rise unbreakable? Most people spend their lives hoping the storm won't hit, but the Stoics knew the storm always comes. What matters isn't what you lose, but the mind you train before the test. The world will never guarantee you comfort or certainty. The line between breaking and standing tall is drawn long before the chaos arrives. It's drawn in every quiet day you choose discipline over drift, focus over distraction. This is why you're not here for empty motivation. You're here to build real strength, the kind you carry inside, unshaken, no matter what falls apart outside. Because storms don't wait for us to be ready, but we can prepare by forging the habits, mindset, and resilience to face whatever comes. In this video, you'll get 7 Stoic laws to help you stop wasting energy on what you can't control, face chaos with clarity, and train your mind to become the calm at the center of any storm. These are not shortcuts. They're the battle-tested practices of people who survived exile, war, heartbreak, and loss by training their thoughts like warriors, again and again, until self-mastery became their only security. Welcome to Stoic Philosophy Daily, where your story matters. Share your experience or your biggest struggle below. Every comment you leave is a gift. Here, your voice matters. We read with care, answer with heart, and treat your journey as part of our own. This is more than a channel. It's a circle of strength. If you're ready to build a mind nothing can break, drop in the comments, "I am Stoic. From today, I choose my peace above any storm." 1. Stop fighting what's not up to you. The first law is as clear as it is difficult. Stop fighting what's not up to you. Epictetus said it best. It's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things. Marcus Aurelius echoed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Every day, we exhaust ourselves trying to control what was never ours. Delays, traffic, news, opinions, and outcomes. It's like chasing the wind with bare hands, only to find your energy slipping through your fingers. The Stoics knew frustration grows when you demand certainty from an uncertain world, and now psychology proves what they understood all along. Julian Rotter's work on locus of control shows that those who focus on what's within their power adapt, recover, and thrive with less anxiety. But the transformation begins the moment you accept reality. The world will always offer things you can't fix. A missed flight, a lost deal, a harsh word from someone you care about. At first, acceptance feels like defeat, even weakness. Anger rises. You want to fight reality, to change what can't be changed. But the instant you pause and ask, "Is this really up to me?" you open the door to real resilience. Acceptance isn't giving up. It's the shift from draining yourself on the impossible to fueling what you can actually change. That pivot is quiet, but powerful. Letting go of the uncontrollable is the first act of reclaiming power over your own mind. This isn't philosophy for the bookshelf. It's real life. You're stuck in gridlock, your boss is calling, and there's nothing you can do. Here's the Stoic move. Stress about what you can't move, or use the time to breathe, reflect, or even choose music that grounds you. Modern research during the pandemic confirmed it. Those who focused on habits, health, and attitude fared better than those who obsessed over chaos. Acceptance leads to wise action, and wise action builds unbreakable resilience. Try this for a week. When frustration rises, a cancelled meeting, a harsh comment, a plan gone wrong, pause and ask, "Is this up to me?" If not, breathe, release, and refocus on what you can influence right now. Write down one small thing you can truly affect each day. As you practice, notice how the urge to control what's impossible begins to fade, replaced by a steadier, more focused energy. This shift doesn't just lower stress, it upgrades your whole mindset, making you adaptive instead of brittle. This is how the Stoics survived exile, war, and heartbreak. Both Epictetus, a formerly enslaved person, and Marcus Aurelius, an emperor under siege, placed their peace not in the world's chaos, but in their response to it. You can do the same. The more you accept what's out of your hands, the more you train your mind to turn every storm into a lesson, not a defeat. At Stoic Daily, we believe peace starts with focus. Drop "I choose my response" in the comments. This week, what's one thing you'll stop fighting so you can start building the mind that won't break? 2. Embrace what comes without complaining. The second law is radical and life-changing. Embrace what comes your way without complaint. The Stoics didn't just accept their fate, they learned to love it. This isn't about pretending to enjoy disappointment or setbacks. It's about seeing every obstacle as a forge for growth, a test that can rewrite your story. That's amor fati, the love of fate. Zeno of Citium, founder of Stoicism, lost everything in a shipwreck. But instead of drowning in loss, he declared, "I made a prosperous voyage when I was shipwrecked and landed in Athens." He didn't see disaster, he saw a new beginning. Seneca went further, reminding us that while you cannot choose your circumstances, you always have the choice to respond to them. We waste so much energy wishing things were different, complaining about the rain, traffic, or life's curveballs. But complaints don't change reality. They just trap you in frustration and powerlessness. The more you stew in "this shouldn't have happened," the less you act to shape your outcome. You get stuck while your mind grows softer. But watch the transformation when you flip your script. Instead of "why me?" ask, "What can I do now?" That's the superpower, moving with the current, not cursing the water. Life is a river. You can complain at every bend, or you can swim, adapt, and meet each wave head on. The strongest minds don't resist every turn. They roll up their sleeves and take action. Modern psychology proves it. Studies show acceptance and adaptive action lower anxiety and boost resilience, even in crisis. Complaints lock you in the past. Embracing what happens lets you transform it. Try this. Next time your plans get wrecked or you hit an unexpected wall, pause. Instead of complaining, say, "This is part of my path." Then take one action of acceptance. Tidy your space, message someone you've put off, start something new. Notice how each step forward shifts your energy from stuck to moving. This isn't just gritting your teeth through pain. It's about moving forward, steady, even when the ground is wet. The mind that stops complaining starts transforming. That's how you build a life that can't be broken. At Stoic Daily, we believe strength is built by embracing, not resisting, your path. Drop "This is part of my path" in the comments. What's one thing you'll embrace without complaint this week? 3. Think of the worst to live better. The third law is counterintuitive but powerful. Imagine the worst, not to attract disaster but to train your mind for reality. The Stoics referred to this as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. It isn't pessimism, it's mental strength, a rehearsal for resilience. Because real pain isn't just hardship, it's the shock when you expect comfort and life delivers challenge instead. From childhood, we're taught to look for the smooth path. But life guarantees something else: struggle, setbacks, loss. The problem isn't that storms arrive, it's that we believe they shouldn't. When the unexpected hits, we break, not from weakness but from surprise. The Stoic way is to strip away this illusion, so reality never blindsides you. Seneca taught that by picturing the loss of what you value most, you don't invite tragedy, you take away its sting. You learn not to cling, but to value deeply and live gratefully. Marcus Aurelius practiced this every morning, reminding himself, "Today I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. Not to become bitter, but to be prepared, grounded, and less likely to be rattled by the day. Psychologist Donald Robertson clarifies, it's not about digging a hole of fear. It's about building a mental shelter for when the unexpected arrives. Modern psychology now confirms this. Rehearsing adversity lowers emotional shock. You're not a pessimist, you're training like a warrior in the rain, so the storm on game day doesn't shake you. The more you've pictured the worst, the less you're ruled by surprise and fear. Curveballs lose their power. Here's the secret. Your mind clings to comfort and likes to believe the best-case scenario. But by routinely visualizing setbacks, you inoculate yourself against disappointment. Fear loses its bite, and your readiness climbs. Instead of freezing when life shifts, you recognize the feeling, stand your ground, and move forward, calm and focused and unbroken. Try this. Pick one nagging worry. Imagine the worst case. See it, what you'd lose, how it would feel, how others might react. Then say to yourself, even if that happens, I'll keep moving. Notice as the fear loosens its grip. Breathe, return to now, and recognize what's still in your hands. Every time you do this, you pull the teeth from anxiety and shape a mind that's steady, unafraid, and ready for anything. At Stoic Daily, we believe anticipation is power. Drop "I am prepared for the storm" in the comments. What's one fear you'll face head-on this week? 4. Patience is your superpower. The fourth law is straightforward, yet can quietly transform everything. Patience isn't weakness, it's hidden power. In a world addicted to instant results, if something takes longer than 3 seconds, we react as if it's a crisis. Waiting for a reply, stuck in traffic, watching a delivery countdown, our minds treat every delay like a threat. But what breaks us isn't the waiting itself. It's our impatience and our refusal to sit with uncertainty. When you let urgency control you, you expend energy, lose focus, and deplete your resilience. The Stoics understood that real strength is the mind that can wait, breathe, and act when the time is right. Epictetus put it plainly, no great thing is created suddenly. He learned this truth the hard way. As a man who survived years of slavery, he turned patience into a shield. Marcus Aurelius wrote in the middle of war and betrayal, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." Can you imagine that level of trust? Holding steady even as the world unravels around you? Patience isn't just about waiting. It's the art of mastering your state, like a dam, calmly holding back the river's force. This is what psychologist Emma Sepala calls active calm, a steady foundation that keeps your mind unbreakable. When you train yourself to pause before reacting, stress decreases, clarity increases, and your decisions become more informed. Over time, it's often the patient, not the frantic, who gets ahead, not because they rush, but because they move at the right moment. Try this. The next time you feel impatience rising, when a meeting drags on or a page loads slowly, or you're waiting for someone, use that pause as training. Don't reach for your phone or fuel your frustration. Instead, take a deep breath. Scan your body for tension, loosen your jaw, drop your shoulders, unclench your hands. Silently remind yourself, this is a chance to build roots, not just pass time. Then use those moments. Notice your surroundings, revisit a lesson, or ground yourself in the now. Each intentional practice chips away at impatience's hold. You'll find your mind lighter, and your power to choose your state grows, even when the world keeps you waiting. Remember, the strongest trees don't grow the fastest. They produce the deepest. Patience is your root system. Cultivate it, and you'll find the world can't shake you. At Stoic Daily, we believe deep roots build unbreakable minds. Drop "I" train patience, in the comments. Where will you practice waiting with strength this week? 5. Get uncomfortable on purpose. The fifth law cuts straight to the truth. You can't build a strong mind by living a soft life. Everyone wants resilience, but few want to step into the heat that forges it. We crave courage without fear, growth without effort, and discipline without discomfort. But a mind that avoids every difficult moment becomes fragile, untested, and easily broken. The Stoics understood this deeply. Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort, dressing in rough clothes and eating simple food, not to punish himself, but to kill the fear of losing comfort. Once that fear is gone, discomfort becomes a form of freedom. You stop tiptoeing through life, anxious about what might go wrong, and realize you can endure far more than comfort would have you believe. Modern neuroscience agrees. Kelly McGonigal's research tracked thousands over 8 years. Those who saw stress as part of growth lived longer, bounced back faster, and became more resilient. It's not stress that breaks you. It's believing you shouldn't feel any. Every time you choose discomfort, even in small doses, your brain rewires itself, forming new pathways. Your adaptability rises. You become someone who can hold pressure without shattering. Try this. Today, intentionally choose one minor discomfort. Take a cold shower, not to shock yourself, but to prove you can meet a challenge before the world throws one at you. Or choose something social. Say the first hello, voice a boundary you usually avoid, or share an idea even if your voice shakes. Notice what happens inside. The subtle surge of pride, the new belief that says, if I can do this, I can handle more. Once a week, pick one fear you've dodged. Dread public speaking? Practice for 5 minutes in the mirror. Afraid of judgment? Post one honest thought online. Attached to comfort? Walk in the cold without bundling up. Each rep becomes a set in your mental gym. Discomfort stops being a threat and becomes your training ground. Fire doesn't destroy steel, it creates it. When you choose to face your pain instead of running from it, your mind becomes that steel, sharper, steadier, and unbreakable. At Stoic Daily, we believe chosen discomfort builds the strongest minds. Drop I choose the fire in the comments. What's one discomfort you'll face today? 6. Emotion doesn't decide, you do. The sixth law is brutal but straightforward. If you don't lead your emotions, they'll lead you. Think about the last time someone snapped at you out of nowhere. A coworker's bad day, a friend's overwhelm, or a stranger projecting their storm onto you. It stings, not because of the words, but because it feels undeserved. Now flip it. How often have you reacted on impulse and regretted it later? That's what happens when your emotions grab the reins before your mind wakes up. The Stoics saw this with perfect clarity. Epictetus said, "We are not disturbed by what happens, but by our thoughts about what happens." Emotions aren't the enemy. They're the wild horses pulling your carriage. If you never hold the reins, those horses run wild, dragging you into anger, shame, regret, and confusion. A mind without clarity is fragile. One push, one insult, and suddenly you're not yourself. But here's the liberating truth. You don't have to suppress emotions to master them. You need to recognize and redirect them. Modern neuroscience backs up what the Stoics knew. A study from the University of California found that when you put emotions into words, the brain's alarm system quiets down. Labeling your feelings, this is anger, this is stress, activates your rational mind. The instant you name the feeling, its grip weakens. That's your doorway back to clarity and control. Try this. Next time you feel yourself about to snap, whether it's irritation rising in conversation or frustration building in a slow line, pause and take 3 deep breaths. Don't fight the feeling or reason with it. Picture the emotion as a wild animal at your doorstep. Acknowledge it, don't invite it in. There's anger here. There's stress here. Now mentally step back and call in your wiser self, the voice that advises a friend. Ask, if I were mentoring someone else right now, what would I say? Act from that perspective. Maybe it's a calm reply, a silent step outside, or a clear, I need a moment. The emotion might not vanish, but the instant you take control of the story, you become the driver, not just a passenger. Every time you practice this, you strengthen your grip on the reins. You stop letting emotion decide your fate. You start choosing your response with clarity, dignity, and real strength. In a world that reacts on impulse, calm is your edge. At Stoic Daily, we believe that emotional mastery is a form of self-mastery. Drop "I lead my mind" in the comments. When was the last time emotion tried to steer your life, and how did you respond? 7. Learn to lose without losing yourself. The 7th law is a lesson in real resilience. Learn to lose without losing yourself. Picture kintsugi, the ancient Japanese art. When a vase shatters, it's not discarded or disguised, but repaired with lines of gold. The cracks don't hide in shame. They're honored as a new kind of beauty, each fracture becoming part of the story, making what was broken even more valuable. That's what most people miss. What breaks you can also rebuild you, if you choose to heal with intention, not regret. Think back, maybe to a relationship you poured your heart into, a job that shaped your identity, or an old version of yourself you held on to. When it ended, it felt like failure, like a part of you caved in. But with time and honesty, you realized you didn't just lose. You uncovered freedom, self-respect, or a hidden truth you couldn't see before. That's real-life kintsugi. The lesson inside the loss is what makes you stronger than someone who's never fallen. The Stoics lived this. Seneca, forced into exile and stripped of his achievements, chose reflection over bitterness. In that dark space, he sharpened his mind and wrote his most extraordinary wisdom. A loss is often a gain, he said, because losing your place sometimes pushes you to find your real purpose. Losing someone may force you to rediscover yourself. This is true everywhere. The breakup that shattered you teaches what you'll never accept again. The job you missed opens a better path. The rejection that stings reveals where you relied on approval. Loss carves out the space for new strength. It traces veins of gold through what you once tried to hide. Try this. When you fall short or face rejection, speak to yourself as if you were a mentor. No harshness, no exaggeration, just honest respect. Remind yourself, this hurts, but it doesn't define me. Once you're steady, write down 2 lessons the loss taught you. Maybe you learned about boundaries, priorities, or hard truths you couldn't face before. Each time you reflect, the crack becomes a seam of gold. You stop seeing yourself as broken and start seeing yourself as someone rebuilt, wiser, and stronger. Losing without losing yourself isn't denial. It's honoring the wound, learning, and rebuilding as someone more unbreakable than ever. At Stoic Daily, we believe scars are a testament to survival, not defeat. Drop "I build with gold" in the comments. What loss taught you the lesson you didn't know you needed? A mind that can't be broken. You've just walked through 7 Stoic principles, the blueprint for a mind that doesn't crack no matter what life throws your way. But this isn't the end. This is the first step of your real training. Remember, the most powerful tool you have is reflection. After every setback, write down what you learned. That's how you keep your mind sharp, resilient, and constantly growing. Don't just tell yourself, work harder. Write the truth. I'll practice for my next interview. I'll pause before saying yes to something new. Action always beats intention. Losing something is never proof that you failed. Sometimes, it's the door you were meant to walk through. Your value isn't in what you keep. It's in the wisdom you gather each time you rise again. The gold in your scars proves you lived, you lost, and you rebuilt wiser and stronger. So ask yourself, which principle struck you most? What will you actually put into practice today to make your mind unbreakable? If this journey helped you, share it. Spread it. You're not alone in the storm. With the right mindset, you can stand tall no matter how hard it blows. Remember, this isn't about feeling better for a few minutes. It's about getting better every day with every thought you master and every impulse you tame. That's the core of real strength. A mind that doesn't need perfect circumstances to be at peace. If you made it this far, drop "I train my mind to be unbreakable" in the comments. That's how we know who the real Stoic warriors are. Subscribe, hit the bell, and like this video if you're ready for more. And before you go, check out our Stoic Philosophy Daily playlist on the screen. It's packed with the wisdom and stories you need to keep growing. Until next time, take care and keep building your unbreakable mind. If you're seeking more, discover the full path on my channel, Stoic Philosophy Daily.